Good morning, everyone. This is going to be YieldMax, RoundHill, and Kurv monthly distribution for April the 21st. Will be paid out on Monday. So we won't get paid this Friday because of Good Friday. So we'll get paid next week on Monday, and you'll also get paid on the 25th for Group B. All right, let's get into it. As you can see, Tesla has 101%. Oh, excuse me. I want to apologize. If you watched my last video, after it played bad financial music video, I think the mic switched over because the way it was playing. And when it finished, I didn't recognize it. And when I went to edit, I didn't actually look at it. I just uploaded it. And I didn't have any sound after, I think around 37 minutes. I am sorry. So I got my headphones on and I did some testing on my mic. This sounds loud to me. So you all let me know. Put a yes in the comments if it's loud and clear than it ever has been or better than the previous video, or put a no in the chat like no is no better. Okay? All right, let's get to it. Tesla 101%, feet 61, Ulti 76, YieldMax 54, YieldMax 33, Crush 100, Snowy 59, LFGY 65, XDTE 24, YBTC 43, QDTE 35, and RDT 28, and we have others. So let's get to it. All right. These prices vary each month. If you should happen to own some of the above ETF, here is a roundabout payout you should receive. Below is what you would get paid out for owning the number of shares multiplied by the price per share. All right, first we got is YBIT up. Closed yesterday at 10.10. New distribution payout is going to be 41.10. So if you got 62 shares like I do, that's going to be 25.48. If you got 500, that's going to be 2055. And if you got 5,000, that's going to be 41. Excuse me. If you got 5,000, that's going to be $2,055. Next, we got feet. See, it closed at 34.78. Previously paid out 69. Currently paying out 164.35, which is a nice bump up. All right, so if you got 100 shares, that's going to be 164.35. 2,000 shares are going to be 32.87, and 10,000 shares will be $16,435. All right. Phoebe, previously market closed at 35.51 yesterday. Previously paid out 71 cents. Currently paying out $1.03. So 50 shares will get you $51.42. 500 shares will get you $514.15, and 10,000 shares will get you $10,283. Tesla closed at 843, paid out previously 46.38, currently paying out 65.98. So if you got 50 shares, that'd be 32.99. If you happen to own 180 shares, like I do, that would be $118.60. When I updated this, the PowerPoint, it previously showed that I had 300 shares. So that might have been some that Robinhood sold off, or some that I sold myself. All right, so 1,000 shares will get you 500. Excuse me, 1,000 shares will get you $659.80, and 10,000 shares will get you $6,598. All right. Snowy closed at 14.96. Previously paid out 82 cents. Currently paying out 68.64, which is a reduction. So if you own 500 shares, that'd be $341.70. And if you own 10,000 shares, that'd be $6,864. All right. OARC, one of the OGs, closed at 7.45 yesterday. Previously paid out 32 cents. currently paying out 29 cents. So if you have 1,000 shares, that would be $292.30. 10,000 shares will give you $2,923. We got that. All right. All right. XMO. All right. Closed at 13.05 yesterday. Previously paid out 30 cents. Currently paying out 35 cents. Small increase. Very nice. If you own 2,000 shares, that would be $7,000. And if you own, no, that is incorrect. Where's my phone? Gotta be a typo there. I'm gonna tell you what it is since I got it all messed up here. 2,000 shares times 0.35 should be 700. So I accidentally left an extra zero in there. Sorry about that. So 10,000 shares will get you $3,500. All right. TSMY, test me. Closed at 14.17 yesterday, and previously paid out 58 cents. Currently paying out 56 cents, which is not too bad. 2,000 shares would be $1,127. 10,000 shares would be $5,635. GUI closed at 12.12 yesterday. Previously paid out 33 cents. Currently paying out 37 cents. So if you own 100 shares, that would be $37.29. 2,000 shares would be $745.80. Crush closed at 7.27 yesterday. Previously paid out 65 cents. It is currently paying out 56 cents. So a small reduction there. All right. So if you got 2,000 shares, that'd be $1,123.20. And 10,000 shares would be $5,616. YieldMax, weekly ETF of YieldMax. All right. Closed at 12.84 yesterday. Previously paid out 13 cents. Currently paying out 13.34. So if you own 10 shares, that'd be $1.33. If you happen to own 50 shares like I do, that would be $6.67. And if you happen to own 5,000 shares, that would be $667. All right. YMAG closed at 14.50 yesterday. Previously paid out 0.973. Currently paying out 0.943. Not too much of a difference. All right. So if you had 50 shares, that would be a payout of $4.72. Let's see here. 2,000 shares would be $188.60, and 10,000 shares would be $943. All right. LFGY previously closed at 34.60 yesterday. Previously paid out 42 cents. Currently paying out 43. All right. So if you got 500 shares of this, that would be $215.35. 2,000 shares would yield you $861.40. All right. YieldMax GPTY closed yesterday at 38.29. Previously paid out 24 cents. Currently paying out right at 26 cents. Okay. So 1,000 shares would yield you $254.50. 10,000 shares would be $2,545. $2,545. All right. SDTY of YieldMax closed yesterday at 41.25. Previously paid out 23 cents. Currently paying out 31 cents. So if you have 50 shares, that would be $15.43. 1,000 shares would be $308.50. And 10,000 shares would get you $3,085. All right. YieldMax RDTY closed yesterday at 41.90. Previously paid out 36 cents. Currently paying out 38 cents because I'm rounding it. Some people, you can't be doing it. I'm rounding it. All right. So 2,000 shares would get you $749. 10,000 shares would be $3,745. $3,745. All right, QDTY closed yesterday at 39.39. Previously paid out 22 cents. Currently paying out an increase of 33.20. So 500 shares would be $166. 10,000 shares would be $3,220. OT weekly ETF of YieldMax closed yesterday at 580. Previously paid out 0.822. Currently paying out 0.852. Not much difference there, but if you happen to own 50 shares, that would be $4.26. If you happen to own 400 shares, which is what I do, that would be $34.08. And 10,000 shares would be $852. All right. RoundHill QDTE weekly ETF closed at 31.37. Previously paid out 18 cents. Currently paying out 21 cents. So if you own 500 shares, that'd be $104.67. 10,000 shares will get you $2,093.37. RDT closed yesterday at 31.04. Previously paid out 25 cents. Currently paying out 24 cents. All right, so 50 shares will get you $11.80. 1,000 shares will get you $235.91. And 10,000 shares will get you $2,359.06. All right. Weekly, this is a T-bill. This is a T-bill. Of course, these are paying out on Thursday, which will be tomorrow, of the RoundHill. All right. Previously paid weekly. Previously paid closed out yesterday at 40.97, and previously paid out 22 cents. Okay. Currently, we'll be paying out 24 cents. 2,000 shares of this will get you $479.22, and 10,000 shares will give you $2,364.39. All right, excuse me. YBTC RoundHill weekly ETF closed yesterday at 40.90. Previously paid out 31 cents. Currently paying out 44 cents. So if you happen to own 0.002724 like I do, you will get paid 0.001 cent. So if you own 500 shares, that'd be $221.59. 10,000 shares will get you $4,431.88. All right. RoundHill weekly. Did I do that twice? Let's see here. XDT. I said, okay. I said RoundHill weekly. That's XDT. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Now let's get back here. This is week RoundHill weekly ETF. Okay. Closed yesterday at 107 cents. Previously paid out 0.78. Currently paying out 0.7838. So if you own 100 shares, that'd be $7.84. 2,000 shares would be $156.76. And 10,000 shares would be $783.80. $783.80. All right, Kurv. We have two curves. We got AAPY also paying out on Thursday. Previously closed at 21.64. Previously paid out 30 cents. Currently paying out 25 cents. Okay. So 50 shares of this will get you $12.50. 1,000 shares will be $250. And 10,000 shares will be $2,500. All right. Goop. I guess that's what we call it. Previously paid out $23.97. Excuse me. Previously closed at $23.97. Previously paid out 40 cents. Currently paying out 35. All right, so that's 100 shares will get you 35 cents. Excuse me, I am messing up big time here. 100 shares will get you $35. 2,000 shares, $700, and 10,000 shares would be $3,500. Okay, that concludes our distribution announcement for RoundHill, YieldMax, and Kurv. Pending any potential mistakes. Hopefully, they're minor. If you see some, drop it in the comments. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you didn't like this video, hit that like button. Share. I won't ask you to subscribe, but I will ask you to like or dislike and share. All right. This is YieldMaxMindset saying thank you. I'm out. You all have a blessed day.